Welcome to the Modern Woman Warrior Show. I'm Louisa Kate. This week, Amber was able to meet me at the range, but she is working on post-production today, so she can't join me in the studio. This is a channel created by women, for women, and is centered on all things personal protection and self-defense. One of the reasons that we even started this channel last October is because of the incredible level of violence against women, and the fact that most women are unable to defend themselves from a violent attack like this one.
Chilling screams from Carpenter near 17th Street. Multiple cameras catch a man in a gray hoodie throwing, punching, and dragging a woman down the pavement. Her cries for help prompt neighbors to their doors.
For most people, this video is horrifying, but this is the reality in our country today. Colonel Jeff Cooper, who was the father of modern handgun tactics and the founder of what became Gunsight Academy, said it best years ago. If violent crime is to be curbed, it is only the intended victim who can do it. The felon does not fear the police, and he fears neither judge nor jury. Therefore, what he must be taught to fear is his victim. That statement was never more true than it is today.
Geary Street. You can see the suspect points at this elderly woman wearing a hat. She glances at him, and that's when he turns and attacks, running her down and repeatedly punching her in the face. As she falls, it sets off a car alarm, causing her attacker to run away.
Okay, so you just watched a real-world attack. Do you think that that monster who attacked the woman on the street has any fear of his victim? Absolutely not. So what could our friend in this video have done differently? 1. When the attacker first pointed at her, she should have tried to put distance between herself and him. She should have never moved away from him without keeping an eye on him. It's like having a lion coming toward you and you walk the other direction and close your eyes, hoping he'll go away. 2. When she made sure that she was still watching him, the second he moved toward her, she should have shouted a very loud verbal command. Stop! Get back! This lets him know that she saw him, and it would call attention to him, and often that will cause an attacker to move on. 3. She could have trained enough to have the skills to square up toward him. At least she would have had a chance to block or deflect a blow. Besides, had she done that, he might have realized that this was not the easy target he was seeking, and he could have moved on. This is the real world, and it's a dangerous place to be in. If you think I'm trying to scare you, you're wrong, but I am trying to shock you back into reality. Most of us either choose to ignore reality and walk through life believing that something like this won't happen to us, or we believe the world is a dangerous place and there is safety in numbers. Here are 3 women walking down the street. They think they're safe because they are together.
Unknown man comes up from behind and out of nowhere strikes one of them in the face. He turns, punching a second woman, knocking her down before going in for another hit. When the third woman tries to stop him, he pins her against a wall and starts swinging until she stumbles backward onto the sidewalk.
Okay, so let's look at an exercise that Amber did. She knew that the attack was coming. My husband Grant was playing the part of the thug, and although Grant is very active, he is in his 60s with 5 knee operations under his belt. This means that some amped-up kid is going to move more quickly than Grant can. Amber had all of the advantages in this exercise, far more advantage than she would in the real world. Why? 1, she was wearing an outside-the-waistband holster without a cover garment. 2, she knew the attack was coming and where it was coming from. 3, the attack is beginning from 10 to 12 feet away, whereas most attackers will get much closer before beginning to charge. Amber is a highly skilled shooter, is number 4, and she constantly can draw from and fire an aimed shot in 1 second or less. Now, before we show you this, we did take away a little bit of Amber's advantage. Since she is highly trained, she would never have just stood there and planted her feet when Grant charged her. She would have moved off the line of attack and struck him. Instead, Amber was instructed to draw the pistol to the best of her ability, but not to use more advanced tactics like moving off the line of attack in order to simulate somebody who's not trained. This is designed to show that without full training, even if you are extremely fast with the pistol and have every other advantage, it is impossible to effectively defend yourself up close with a handgun from a violent attack. Now let's take a look at her video. Wow, Amber does a great job getting the pistol out and probably fired on the target. She definitely got stabbed though. Even with all of these unrealistic advantages, she may have still gotten herself stabbed. This teaches us that carrying a gun, even if you are fast as me and Amber, that gun on your hip will not make you safer. So, what is the solution? Train. Without significant instruction, training, and practice, you're not safe for carrying a gun. In fact, you may actually be in more danger. What kind of skills do we need? Well, let's watch Sal, our unarmed self-defense coordinator and lead instructor, as he approaches me aggressively and I square up on him to defend myself. Back away! Back away! Back away! Sal swings and I block a blow with a speed shield. If I do this correctly, the punch will almost certainly hurt, but it probably won't disable me. Without hesitation, I deliver a series of hard kicks to the attacker's groin. I bet Sal is glad that he has part of his red man suit on. I break free of him, shoving him hard enough for him to lose his balance and go down. With the time and space that I have created, I draw my gun. Now let's look at what happens when Sal sneaks up on Amber and tries to grab her from behind.
Relax.
Notice that Amber reacts immediately. She does not let the attacker get a really good hold on her, and especially from behind. She does not allow the attacker to pick her up off the ground. She immediately crouches down, sidesteps slightly to one side, and strikes the attacker with a series of hammer blow strikes to the attacker's groin. Then she forcefully turns, breaking his grip while striking him in the head with an elbow strike, and simultaneously pulling the pistol while gaining space. Without some of the basic skills that Amber and I just demonstrated, unfortunately, you're not safe for carrying that pistol. In fact, the exact opposite may be true. Someone will take it away from you and use it on you. We are trying to keep our warrior women from falling for the old myth that says, if I go spend $500 on a service caliber handgun and I take a class so I don't shoot myself and I occasionally go to the range and I calmly punch some holes into a piece of paper, I'm good to go. Or the other myth, any gun is better than no gun. We will put all kinds of holes in the second myth when we do some ballistic tests with different caliber guns. Now, these are dangerous lies. Like most things in life, it takes a serious amount of commitment, it takes time, it takes work, and it takes some money to truly become confident to defend yourself. So now, after watching this, if you have decided that you want to make that commitment, we will be happy to show you the way. We hold Modern Woman Warrior classes that, unlike other training for women, cover mindset, unarmed self-defense, and tactical pistol shooting. We hold these right here in Savannah, Georgia. If coming to Savannah is not a possibility, then we can walk you through the process of determining the training that you need to look for in your area. Or get a group together and contact us, and we might be able to come to you. Email us at info@modernwomanwarrior.com, and we can help you get started. Above all, stop listening to the myths that feed your normalcy bias and get started with real and effective training. If you liked what you saw today, please give us a like and hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing to subscribe, but it helps us to bring you the content that you want to see. Don't forget to comment. We love to hear what our viewers think, and we respond back. Thanks for coming. See you next Tuesday. Bye.